Hello, I'm Mukala Kabongo, and on this edition of the LCTV News, emergency broadband benefit, Brickyard food drive, COVID-19 vaccine clinic, Diverse People United Candlelight Vigil, and more. On the Lynn Lowdown, we were joined by Edwin Cabrera. Here's this week's LCTV News for Friday, May 28th, 2021.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Columbia Insurance Agency, serving the Lynn community for over 60 years with home, auto, and business insurance.
Last week, an announcement by the FCC that over 1 million households successfully signed up for the emergency broadband benefit. This is a reflection of the active engagement and support of outreach partners building awareness around the emergency broadband benefit program. The benefits provide up to $50 a month discount for broadband service, $75 per month discount for households on qualifying tribal lands, and a one-time discount of up to $100 for a laptop, desktop, computer, or tablet purchased through a participating provider. Those who are still interested in signing up for the program should visit getemergencybroadband.org to apply online. On Wednesday, the Brickyard Collaborative, along with Brothers Deli, continued to help fight food insecurity with the mobile food pantry. With help from volunteers, they were able to distribute 3 tons of food in about 45 minutes. Boxes distributed to residents contained a gallon of milk, 4 pounds of soft dairy, 4 pounds of cooked protein, and 1 pound of deli meat. Yesterday, Mayor McGee announced plans for the reopening of City Hall to the public on Tuesday, June 1st. City Hall, which has been closed to the public since March of 2020. This aligns with the state's reopening guidance for May 29th that was announced by Governor Charlie Baker. Visitors will be able to enter through the main entrance. Visitors who are fully vaccinated will also not be required to wear a mask or check in. Mayor McGee, in a statement, thanked residents for their cooperation and support and in following the health and safety protocols to stop the spread of COVID-19. The Haitian Baptist Church of Lynn held a free COVID-19 vaccine clinic for residents over the weekend, and LCTV was on the scene.
I hope we get some people today.
With the state set to fully open back up this weekend, the city of Lynn continues to provide residents with the opportunity to get vaccinated.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is a huge change for our community. We can all start, the kids can go back to school, we can start feeling normal and hug our loved ones again.
Thomas Rosales is doing his part in helping residents understand the importance of getting the vaccine.
You know, we're just trying to get better with this COVID thing. I think it's very important that the world opens back up and it starts with us, you know? So the decisions we make will impact tomorrow.
As of May 21st, 40.9% of the Lynn community have been fully vaccinated and 10.5% have been partially vaccinated.
There are so many options on the North Shore, and all of the communities have collaborated so well together. Salem, Peabody, Lynn, Beverly, Danvers, they're all working together to make sure every neighborhood, every church, every school has easy access to it.
Rosales, who is now fully vaccinated, plans to continue to practice social distancing.
I'm still staying inside, but, you know, I feel more cautious. I feel more, safer for my own benefit and my family's benefits. So that's really why I got the vaccine.
Lynn Community Health Center, along with local organizations, have been instrumental in organizing these one-day vaccine clinics for residents.
The Lynn Community Health Center has been amazing in partnering with North Shore Medical Center. We need to bring vaccine where the people are. They can't drive to these big sites. They can't take a day off from work. So we need to bring the vaccine to their neighborhood.
With LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. Last Friday and Saturday, Cradles to Crayon's clothing drive took place at Lynn English High. LCTV spoke with organizers. Cradles to Crayon is once again helping underprivileged kids with their annual clothing drive.
Every year we do these kind of like service projects that helps the community in Massachusetts, like little kids or homeless people or kids that are facing homelessness.
Lynn English freshman Carliana Mahia has been an ambassador for the program since middle school and finds joy in helping others.
I enjoy doing things like this. Like I've volunteered at nursing homes before, and like at my brother's nursing homes and like other organizations like my brother's tables, and I actually enjoy doing it a lot. Like I could take time out of my day and just do it just like for an activity.
The drive, which was a 2-day event, saw a pouring of donations from residents.
We only got we've done like 2 full bags, but yesterday we did about 15 bags, and there was 3 that we couldn't donate. We donated like to Savers, or we haven't decided, but in total we did around like 16, 18 bags of clothes. I definitely plan doing it next year if it runs again. And as long as I'm in this organization, I plan on doing it almost every year.
For LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. Tuesday marked the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. Diverse People United organized a candlelight vigil at Red Rock Park for victims of police brutality. LCTV was in attendance.
Sandra Bland. Tatiana Jefferson.
The BLM is not a myth, it's not a fad, it's not a phase. This is our lives that we're fighting for, literally and figuratively.
The understanding of where this country needs to be is at the forefront of conscious thought. You know, it's not just an afterthought. So we want people showing up consistently, and we want people to act consistently. And so, you know, the hope is now that we have people showing up, we're going to get people to act.
I'm not up here because I want to be here. In 2021, I should be fishing somewhere right now. But I'm here looking at all you beautiful people. My allies, my comrades. George Floyd was the catalyst, but think about all of the millions of individuals that were murdered at the hands of these people, or at the hands of the police, or somebody faking to be like the police, you know what I mean?
It took an uprising for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, and Eric Garner. Even with uprising after uprising, there's still little to no consequence for the killing of an unarmed black man or woman.
It's not a white thing, it's not a black thing, it's about humanity and treating people with respect, dignity, and just acknowledging a person's worth.
Change can't come quick enough, and there are some people working for it, but we need more, and we can always use more. So the more we have, the more power we have. And the more power we have, the more chance we have to make a change.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Every day!
Last Friday, a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Latina Santa Maria took place outside of the Lynn YMCA, and LCTV was on the scene.
Welcome everyone, thank you for coming, bienvenidos, gracias por venir. Este es un día muy especial para nosotros, it's a very special day today. So this one can be go through, can be like the reality that is now if we don't have the helping, the welcoming of Andrea Consolante Baez. And also, this is why I invite her to say some remarks. Okay?
Thank Thank you so much. I just wanted to just take a moment, first of all, to say thank you for bringing this unbelievable program here. As a YMCA, our goal is to always collaborate and to always make sure that we are doing the best that we can for our community. And it is the most appropriate thing and makes the most sense for us to be able to work with this unbelievable program to be able to offer classes at our YMCA. So.
Monday is Memorial Day, and LCTV, along with the Veterans Service, will be airing the annual Memorial Day service program. Here's a sneak peek at the service.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight.
Thank you. My name is Mike Sweeney. I'm the Director of Veteran Services for the City of Lynn, and I want to welcome you to our 2021 Memorial Day ceremony.
Today is a day to honor our heroes, to pay tribute to our service members who have sacrificed their lives so that each of us can enjoy the comfort of freedom and liberty. As we enjoy time with our family and friends, it is important to reflect on the true meaning of Memorial Day.
The men and women who served and gave their lives for us, and as we recognize them, we also need to recognize their families and the hardships that they've been through when they endure hardships when their loved ones are away.
Memorial Day is about the selfless sacrifice of American heroes who raised their right hands to say, "I will defend America, and if needed, lay down my life for my country."
Order. Arms. The full service will air this Monday at noon. Now for the sports update. Lynn Classical softball team moved to 2-1 on the season after their 13-0 victory over Chelsea Wednesday. For the Lady Rams, Brooke Warren struck out 14 batters in 5 innings. The Lady Rams were also stellar at bat as Michaela Poisson scored 4 runs and went 2 for 2, while Rachel Dana also went 2 for 2 while scoring 3 runs. The Lady Rams are back in action tonight as they travel to take on Revere. First pitch is set for 5:30 p.m. Lynn Classical Baseball moved to 2-0 on the season after a dominating performance against Chelsea Wednesday. In the 15-14 victory, the Rams saw Ethaniel Almendarez and Aaron O'Connor each hit 2 home runs in the contest. The Rams will look to go 3-0 when they face rival Lynn English today at Manning Field at 4 p.m. The Bulldogs played a thriller against Malden as they escaped with a 15-12 victory. Down 12-8 in the bottom of the 5th, the Bulldogs in the final 2 innings put up 7 runs for the comeback victory. Lynn English will try to keep that momentum going at Frazier Field against the Rams today. Lynn Tech fell to 1-4 on the season after Tuesday's 2-0 loss to Mystic Valley. They'll look to get their offense going today when the 2 teams face off again at 4 p.m. St. Mary's baseball fell to Masco 5-2 on Tuesday to move to 6-5 on the season. The Spartans will look to bounce back tomorrow when they host Bishop Feheen. First pitch is at 1 p.m. The Lady Spartans continued their offensive strike as they routed Malden Catholic 12-1. Star pitcher Lily Newhall had another outstanding game at the mound as she allowed only 2 hits. St. Mary's, now 10-2 on the season, will take on Bishop Feheen on Saturday. Now for the pros. The Boston Celtics will look to avoid going. And now for the pros. The Boston Celtics will look to avoid going down 3-0 tonight in their first-round matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics had a hard time stopping the high-powered Nets offense Tuesday night as they allowed 71 first-half points. All-star Jason Tatum was held out the majority of the second half after being poked in the eye. Tonight's game is set to tip off at 8:30 p.m. The Boston Bruins have moved on to the second round of the postseason after defeating the Washington Capitals 3-1 in a Game 5 to take the series 4-1. Patrice Bergeron had 2 goals to lead the Bruins' offensive attack, while goalie Tuukka Rask was dominant protecting the net with his 40 saves. The Bruins are set to meet the New York Islanders in the second round after the Islanders defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins on Wednesday. Game 1 is set for tomorrow at 8 p.m. at TD Garden. The Boston Red Sox ended a 2-game skid on Wednesday when they defeated the Atlanta Braves 9-5. Rafael Devers had himself quite the game as he drove in 3 runs as well as a home run to help lead the Sox offensive attack. After Hunter Renfroe homered in the bottom of the second to get the Sox on board, Devers would hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the fourth to tie things up at 3. In the bottom of the 6th, Devers would break the 4-4 tie with a double that would bring in J.D. Martinez. The Sox would score 4 runs between the 6th and 8th inning to pull away from the Braves. Boston is back in action tonight as they welcome the Florida Marlins to Fenway. First pitch is set for 7 p.m. On this week's Lynn Lowdown, we were joined by Edwin Cabrera. Here is this week's Lowdown. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. This time I'm in my office, but we're here with Edwin Cabrera and we got a lot to talk about and he's got a lot going on. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm all right, despite, the chaos that's been happening, but we're here now. So you got an important thing that's happening is this Hip Hop Wall of Fame mural that you are working on, you and your constituents are working on. But first, just tell me a little background of how this all came about.
Yeah, well, in terms of Lin Hip Hop, I have been doing a podcast just kind of highlighting the different talents Lin has to offer. I've been doing it, me and my partner, Chris Martin, have been doing it since July 2019. And we started, one of our first episodes was with J2, Jonathan Jackson, who's a prolific battle rapper from Lynn. Our second episode, our episode after that, our third episode officially was with SD Knack, who is perhaps like the greatest rapper to ever come out of Lynn. Yeah. So, from there, we've just been kind of like interviewing, rappers primarily from Lynn, but also from the Boston area, kind of highlighting the talent that we have here so that people who want to know more about the music coming out of their scene, they have a place to go to that way they can discover new artists. And so through that, that's kind of where the idea started to kind of bubble. And then it wasn't until I saw a Facebook post by somebody really asking like, hey, we should really kind of make a mural to honor, some of the artists in our community. And, when I saw that, I was like, that's perfect. I think that's a great idea. Like, how do we, I immediately like tagged Michael Agahawa, who's also, a muralist from Lynn as well. Me and Michael are good friends. So I tagged him in the post and was like, yo, can we like make this happen? Like people are asking for it. We should try to make this happen. Mm-hmm. And so from there, we decided on, instead of like highlighting one artist who may have been huge to the community, why not highlight all like a bunch of different artists and make it more of like an award ceremony rather than just like I'm paying homage to one person. And so I feel like that promotes the whole scene rather than just one person, and that's really where the project was born.
Yeah, that's pretty good because there are a lot of artists and like there's a lot of people that are doing their thing in the city. I mean, just the relationship that you have with some of the guys, the local artists here. Just can you talk about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, some of we have amazing artists here. So if you haven't like listened to any of them, I recommend that you kind of just put your ear to the ground, check out our podcast, the Groundhouse Podcast. You'll definitely get in tune with a lot of these cats. I'm literally, I've connected through a lot of them through the podcast, just wanting to hear their story about their artistry, the way they write, the way they think. And so it's really on a curiosity level that's kind of what the podcast is about. It is really kind of getting in tune with, how people artistically look at the art form of hip hop. And so that's really how I got connected with a bunch of different artists. And, like you said, there's so many really talented artists from the city. It's crazy.
Yeah. So as far as the mural, so what's like the timeline that you have? Let's start the phases. Let's start the phase one, phase two, and phase three.
Yeah, yeah. So right now we're in phase one. Our phase one is pretty much getting ready for the rollout, unveiling, and so we're figuring out the structure. We have the structure to figure out, but unveiling the structure and recruiting in the community. And so that I sent you an email with a recruitment form. We'll be sending that out, whether it be on that level using Google Forms or on another level. We were thinking maybe something on the website. We're working on a website now that should be up very soon, probably within the next month or so, where people can find out more information about the mural itself, where people can interact and find out our updates, what we're working on, what progress we have made, a little bit more information, and also how they can get involved. And if they'd like to donate, also, a link to donate as well. And so once that website is out, we'll start really kind of like rolling out the voting and recruitment process, because the way we want it to work, it's not just the mural that I'm going to decide, or our constituents, which is me, my partner from the podcast, Chris Martin, Justice Born from Rec Shop Movement, and Michael Agahawa, the muralist who's going to be designing this mural. And we just added somebody else to the board recently, Jay Moon as well, who's very well connected in Lin Hip Hop as well. Getting us together to figure out the unrolling of recruiting the subcommittee. The subcommittee, we're looking at having it be any number of people, as long as they know. It's almost like looking at it as curators. The subcommittee is almost like the curators of Lin Hip Hop, people who know, who's listened to the music, who are either in the know about today's current hip hop artists or maybe artists from the past, knowledge on some level of hip hop. We need a subcommittee of people who have some knowledge, and that way, before we open it up to the full public, that there's nominations already in place for people to go in and sort of listen to. These are curated nominees. So let me go out and listen to, and we're going to create a playlist for that as well. And so there's going to be a playlist for the nominees. That way, people can go into Spotify or Apple Music, go in and start listening to these artists and get familiar with them. So that's the first part, is getting together a subcommittee. We also are looking for more members on the board. Right now, like I said, it's us 5 that I just named. We're looking for about maybe 5 more members, 10 total. That way it could just help us, one, figure out in a broader scope the knowledge of Lin Hip Hop. I think we all bring a different aspect of people on our team. Justice has kind of like a longer term. He's been around Lin and doing shows in Lin for a very long time, since Club America. There's me and Krita, who do the podcast, who've interviewed almost, we've covered a lot of Lin artists over the last year and a half, 2 years. Jay Moon, who works in the music business with Lin artists. So there's different aspects. We'd like to add 5 more people if we can to the board that add to that value with their knowledge. That way the brain trust itself, especially when it goes to year, continues, and we continue to build on what this project is. And so once that's filled out, again, the subcommittee we're working on trying to get as many curators, to nominate the artists that should be nominated. And then once we have that and all those nominations are sort of, pulled together, then we release those nominations to the public so that they can then vote. And again, we're thinking of doing playlists so people can listen to them. I'm personally working on a documentary highlighting different Lin artists, Lin collectives. That way people can have like a small, bite-sized 10-minute doc on different artists and collectives in Lin. Just trying to get the people aware of the real beautiful talent that we have in Lin, in terms of hip hop. So that's a few things that we have rolling out. And that's sort of like phase 1 right now, is the production and figuring that out. Phase 2 is going to be the voting. And so once the voting is rolled out, that's going to give a lot of different insight into, who's going to be, nominated from the subcommittee, and then who the public is going to vote for. Hopefully that can be rolled out. We're hoping in sometime in the fall. Okay. And then, the final phase is going to be, once the voting is closed, hopefully sometime, maybe the beginning of winter, give a few months for the muralists to be able to, create 30, faces on this wall.
Okay.
We're looking at probably spring 2022 for the unveiling of the mural. We hope to raise enough money to also do like a whole ceremony, like a block party ceremony with live performances. Yeah. We want it to be a celebration of Lin Hip Hop the whole day, not just like, the mural. We want it to be like unveiling with the whole, slew of people there having a good time. Hopefully we're way past COVID by this point in 2022. And just having it be a day of celebration for Lin Hip Hop.
And it'll be like something you'll have the artists who will be on that mural performing.
We haven't reached out yet. Just we don't know. That's something.
I'm just saying when it's all.
Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely the plan. Have the inductees actually perform. And like I said, we have a lot of people have been reaching out to us and trying to figure out how they can get involved in the project, which is great. If anybody is listening to this and want to get involved, like I said, we'll be rolling out the recruitment form soon to try to get people involved. I sent that to you, Makula. If you want to send it to people, or if you want to post it even on the LCTV.
Make sure to send it to Dave, because Dave he handles the social media postings, so he'll post it on the social media.
Absolutely. But in general, we are looking for people with knowledge of Lin Hip Hop to fill out the subcommittee. And also for people who have like a deeper knowledge of Lin Hip Hop who can really help us on the board as well. And we have like 5 seats still open for that. So if people are looking to get involved, those are 2 ways there. And then also, we are, this project is nonprofit. We're not looking to make any money off of it. This is all the funds are going to the project. And so if you're looking to donate, we will have a link out soon for that as well once the website is unveiled.
Yeah, and also an important thing is highlight in doing this, you're also making sure that we support the local artists, because oftentimes people think if you're not big time, if you're not on TV, or if you're not here, that you didn't make it. But they kind of look down on local rappers as if they're not doing nothing. But
exactly, you hit spot on. Exactly. And that's why this project is a main reason this project is being made, is so that people can start to celebrate the artists that we have in our community, rather than looking at what the mainstream music scene is trying to commercialize in your face. So this is a real celebration of the artists we have in our community. I feel like having it be the community that votes to get the artists on is going to create hopefully buzz within that element of, like, it's almost like when you're talking about sports, like if I'm a Yankees fan, you're a Red Sox fan or whatever, and we start, it's almost like that. Like if this is up to the public to decide who goes on, I'm hoping that debates starts to spark, where people are like, no, this person should be, but what about this person? And then hopefully by word of mouth in that way, we start to really kind of promote the scene. So we'll see.
Definitely. Now, as far as moving forward now, what are some of the other things that you're working within this project that you also want people to know, like some of the little details in this project that you would like people to understand or know about?
There's things that I want to say, but I don't like I just agreed to yesterday, so I don't know if it's I want to make it all happens. I'll let them know that. So this is one thing that I definitely want people to know, which is we're releasing a vinyl. So to raise money for the project, we're working on a collective vinyl. And so we're going to have Lin artists, specifically more like Lin artists, Lin producers. Everything is central to Lin hip hop music makers. And so it's going to be just a collective of different Lin artists, producers. We're going to press about 250 vinyl records for it. The whole thing is going to be very Lin centered, and again celebrating Lin hip hop, and helping us raise money to be able to create this whole project.
And once again, please let them know where to go if they want to donate. The Facebook page, if you got an Instagram page, let them know all that good information.
Well, we'll let you know soon. That'll be on the website. We're working on a link for that now. That will be once we unveil the website. That'll be it for now. I would say there's a page that we started called Lin Hip Hop on Facebook. Follow that. We'll be making announcements through that, and then from there, also, I'll typically make announcements through other things like the real you from Lin page. I'm active there. I'll post there. So you'll see real soon just a link for you to donate. But again, if you want to follow the project, jump into the Lin Hip Hop page on Facebook.
All right. Also plug in your social medias too if they want to contact you.
Yeah. So follow Grindhouse Recordings at Grindhouse Recordings on Instagram. We're also Grindhouse Recordings on Facebook as well. We have the podcast, the Groundhouse Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on that, because we definitely need as much attention to that as possible. That's really where we get to sit down and talk to artists for 30, like we just did now, kick it for 30, 40 minutes, sometimes more, and just really kind of get to know the artist, their mindset, their music, and their background. So if you really, really love like Lin Hip Hop and hip hop from this region, make sure you check out the Groundhouse Podcast.
Definitely make sure you all check that out. And this project, it's going on. It's gonna go on for a year, and then spring or sometime 2022, we'll get things rolling. So make sure you go check them out and support that. And any more information that they give us, we will make sure to give to the public.
Awesome.
And that is Edwin Cabrera. Thank you, sir, once again for coming on. We really appreciate this.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No problem. You guys been watching the Lynn Lowdown. Have a great one. Now time for the local events from the community calendar. Today until next Friday, the Lynn English Drama Club will be premiering their spring revue, Bulldog Pride. Bulldog Pride is a collection of scenes and songs that highlights what makes Lynn English High an important presence to the students who attend there. Bulldog Pride can be seen on the Lynn English Theater Collective YouTube channel and is free to those who are interested in watching. Visit Lynn English Drama Club website at lehsdrama.org for more information. On Saturday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m., the Goldfish Pond Association will be hosting their annual Memorial Planting Day in celebration of Memorial Day. Volunteers will be able to put down the name of a loved one on a ribbon and tie it to a plant. This event is free and open to the public. Reminder that the weekly free COVID-19 testing hosted by Mass General Brigham, the Kraft Center for Community Health, and North Shore Medical Center will be taking place on Monday from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. at Lynn Marketplace on 43 State Street. The Salvation Army Weekly Food Pantry will be taking place from Tuesday until Friday from 12 p.m. until 3 p.m. at Manning Field. In order to be served, residents in the Linfield, Nahant, Swampscott, and Saugus should bring proof of address. Residents are encouraged to bring items to carry the food as well as a clean trunk for those who arrive with multiple family members. The food pantry will return to the Franklin Street location on June 15th. Visit the Salvation Army website at salvationarmy.org for more information. To find out more about community events, visit the LCTV website at lintv.org and click on the community calendar. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Make sure to subscribe to the LCTV Facebook page as well as the LCTV YouTube channel. Also, visit lintv.org to watch any show at any time on your computer, phone, or tablet. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.